Heard the term building permit, not sure what it is? Stick around as I get into that in the question of the day. What's going on, guys? Matt in the hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the hot list. I come to you on Monday through Friday, each and every week around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We hang out and we talk real estate. We talk properties new to the market, had a recent price reduction, or something unique about the property I want to share with everybody and want you to know. I also answer a question of the day that is submitted by a listener of the show. And finally, I recognize and thank a sponsor of the week each and every week. And to figure out how you can get your question and be a sponsor of the week, all you got to do is stick around to the end of the episode and I will break it down for y'all. So, as you guys come in here, if you are catching this on YouTube, make sure you comment hashtag live or hashtag replay so I know how you're watching it. For my YouTubers out there, thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out, and supporting the channel. Make sure you click that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so as I bring new videos, you guys get notified and you can come check them out. The property we are talking about today is new to the market. Address is 2035 Holiday Drive right here in Emporia. It's a 3-bed, 2.5-bath house. It has a 2-car attached garage, 1,336 square feet of finished space, listed for $164,500 courtesy of Farm and Home Real Estate. So this is a split level house, northwest part of town, very close to some elementary schools, middle school, high school, also close to the Turnpike I-35 within short driving distance, as well as the Flint Hills Mall. You've got some grocery stores over there and other fast food amenities and restaurants as well. So great location, great house. They've updated the inside with paint and electric fireplace, new siding, windows, and it also has a fenced in yard. Kitchen is good sized kitchen, tons of cabinet storage, hardwood floor in the kitchen and dining room area, and then it's got a deck off the back as well. So click on the link in the description while the house is available. It'll take you right to my website so you can see the property for yourself, check out the pictures, and if you have any questions, all you got to do is just contact me through my website or jump back here to Facebook. I would be happy to answer any questions or concerns for you. Also, if you guys are pre-approved, looking at a house, something like this, similar to this in this area, all you got to do, let me know. We can schedule a showing and get you rolling on it. Now, before I get to the question of the day, I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is Big Ben Automotive right here in Emporia. They've been known for years for having affordable and reliable auto service, and I've mentioned their business hours this week. Just a reminder, they are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They also will go above and beyond with COVID right now and offer pickup and delivery of vehicles as well if you're not able to get it to them. So make sure that you check out Big Ben Automotive. Address here in town is 603 Neosho Street. Phone number is 343-6645. If you have questions, all you got to do is just call, talk to them, and get your vehicle in and get it scheduled. If you are interested or curious how you could be a sponsor of the week, all you got to do is just contact me here through Facebook or wherever you're listening to this. We'll jump on the phone, have a quick conversation, see if you are a good fit for being a sponsor of the podcast, and we'll move forward, see about scheduling you for a sponsor of the week. Now, my favorite part of the podcast, the question of the day. Question of the day is submitted by a listener of the podcast, and because of your questions, I have been doing this and been able to do this for over a year now, and this is really what provides me with my content. Not only does it educate me on some questions because I have to do some research, talk to some people, it also helps me educate you as well. So make sure you keep those questions coming. Wherever you're listening to this, all you got to do is just drop your question in the comments. I will make sure that I get it answered for you as well as get it on the show. All right, so question of the day. What's a building permit? Now, the chances are that you've at least heard the term before, even if you haven't applied for one yourself. As the name alone kind of implies, you kind of guess what the permit is used for, hence the name building permit. Hopefully, you got that. Uh, it is surprising how many homeowners don't really know much about building permits, especially when it comes to details like when they need to apply for one. And this can be confusing at times. So, what I've done is I've broken down the four basics of building permits that we are going to cover here on the show today. So, here we go. Number one, what are building permits? Like I said, name kind of implies what it is. It's actually written permission granted by the municipality or governing body, and that allows you to build something in that certain jurisdiction. So basically, it's a fancy way to say the city or other area you live in is giving you permission to build in the city county limits. So that's their fancy way of saying it. This and the reason they do this helps ensure work is being done in a safe manner and falls within the guidelines established by local building and construction codes. That's extremely important because when you're doing the updates, you want to make sure you do them right. You don't want to half-ass them and just look, you get it done, but it looks terrible, kind of questionable work on whether or not it will stay together. So that's why they have these in place. Now the codes can be different depending on where you live, and the permits help ensure everything complies with all local regulations. So if you don't know what your local regulations are, talk to the code services office in your municipality wherever you're at and ask them. Number two, applying for a permit. Most areas, applying for a building permit is a pretty straightforward process. You fill out an application form, you prepare the site plan with details on what you're going to be building, and you schedule an appointment to have the plan approved. Pretty simple, right? Now, once your permit is approved, you need to schedule inspections of the work site and ensure that everything is following the plan in the application. Keep in mind the process and fees or other costs associated with the process. So this is all going to vary depending on your location, your local zoning rules and regulations, as well as any other legal specifics of where you live. So make sure you check those out. I'm not going to go into detail because every location is going to be a little bit different if you're not in this area. So that I'm just going to leave it with the general statement. Number three, building permit changes. So now you got your permit and you're free to continue working on your project. What happens if your plans change during construction for whatever reason? Well, depending on what the nature of that change is, you are going to have to call and make a decision. So depending on the jurisdiction you're in, you may be free to continue the project if changes are minor or still in the spirit of the original permit. Now, if you have some major changes, usually you'll have to either have that permit amended or apply for a new one to cover the updated project. Again, all this is going to vary on your location and whatever jurisdiction you live in. Check with your local office and see how the permit is affected before you go any further or make any more changes. And finally, number four, do you actually need a permit? Now, there's a bit of good news here. Not all construction projects require a building permit. Yay, thumbs up, right? Just depending on the specifics of local business codes, typically you won't need a permit for small projects or projects that don't make structural changes to your home. Now, you may not need one if you're just doing simple modifications like updating or replacing some of your plumbing, small electrical, small updates, or remodels around the house. Just check with your local municipality just to make sure. Uh, Also, just a quick note that typically you don't need a permit if you're going to paint your house or install a fence around your backyard. Like when we installed our fence, we didn't have to pull a permit for that, and that was good to know. Now, if you are looking to add some walls, maybe convert your garage to a living room or master bedroom, or add an addition, maybe build an exterior building, most likely you're going to need a permit. So just get with your local municipality. They can educate you and inform you more than I can, because it's going to be different from where you live to where I live. So that's the four basics of the building permits. Just kind of going into detail of what it was. Again, just written permission by a municipality giving you or allowing you to build something. The number two, applying for the permit, is you fill out an application, prepare the site plans with details, schedule an appointment to have it approved. Number three, changes to your building permit, depending on the nature. If it's small, typically you don't have to do any changes or updates. If they're major changes, you're either going to have to amend it or apply for a new one based on the project. And then finally, number four, do you need a permit? Just for small updates like plumbing, electrical, painting your house, adding a fence, typically you don't. Again, if you're looking at doing some type of structural changes like adding walls, an exterior building, or converting your garage, then chances are likely that you are going to need a permit. So that is going to do it for me in the hot list today. So thanks for watching with Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have an awesome day, and tune back in on Red Friday. I'll see you then.